Xin chào everybody, and welcome to Evil GM Plays online role-playing games. And this time, I'm not the one who's in whole control here because I'm not the only GM here. Oh, actually, yes.
Actually, all are GMs.
And there's the mistress of this game. The game project was what was it called? Dark something?
Secret World, maybe?
Okay.
At least that's the first draft of the name.
Okay.
It might change during the time, but...
We'll see. So, welcome to Secret World, and this is, so far, it's a one-shot game happening right now, and most likely it will come in 3 or 4 parts depending on how long we're gonna play. Might be 6 episodes, but we'll see if we stay alive for that long. So I'm not gonna introduce much more about my character. You will hear about it during the game, and most of the time our game mistress will be on talking unless other characters are talking also. We'll start with the character introduction later. I'm not gonna introduce all the other players, but because they are meaningless. And now let's go on to the show. Maiyu, you may start.
Good. That was awesome.
Yeah. So, before I start the game, really, I guess I should tell something about the cards I have given to you in the Roll20. So each of us has one card from the deck of many things and deck of many buffs.
I see.
And deck of many things is the crown, and the moon is the buffs.
Okay.
Copy that.
If and when this is going to be a proper campaign, I will make better icons for the cards.
Sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, the cards, they are going to give some positive things to the game, some humoristic things, and sometimes something irrelevant or slightly negative.
Right.
But the crown cards, whenever you decide to use your card, say to me and which card is it. I have the list of which card is what thing.
Okay.
In my computer.
It's a one-use thing?
Yes, those crowns are one-use things, and most of the times, whatever it gives, it comes active straight away.
Okay.
So most of the times you can't choose that, oh, it's this kind of thing, I'm going to use it later.
Okay.
And the buffs, they are also one-time use, but you will get them a lot more often than the deck of many things.
Sure.
Cards.
Okay.
And those cards, I think the name, when you open the card, the name should tell you what is it.
Should.
Okay.
If not, I can check out it from my files. But anyways, this game is loosely based on Secret World Legends game, computer game. I've played that game like 6-7 years now. The first version and now the second version, and I am quite known at the role-playing circles there. Mostly because I'm hosting a weekly radio show at the game.
I'm not the only celebrity here. I mean, she's even bigger boss here.
Yeah. But anyways, it's loosely based on that game. Basically, mostly the world is from that game, but missions you might be doing may not be.
Yeah, they're all custom. Got it.
Yeah, and because I love drawing maps and houses and things like that, so I need to hit that kind of things to the game somehow.
Yes, and the GM always needs the freedom to adjust and modify the game as they want. Because time to time we have those assholes who say, well, it doesn't go that way. I have read every freaking book. And you're like, shut the fuck up. This is my game.
Yeah, this is my fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rule system we are going to use is modified Vampire 20th Anniversary Edition.
Indeed. The golden rule is, if you don't like it, don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hate the game.
And do you have any questions before I start?
Nah, my character most likely doesn't know anything yet.
Yeah.
The viewers will see quite soon what it's all about. I'm ready.
Is it? I have one question. Is it okay if I use Finnish time?
Sure.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah, that's great.
And if something needs translations, I think any of us are able to translate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Because I want to learn English too, but don't think I'm that great with English, but I'll try. So I'm ready.
Yeah, and especially if you don't use English much.
Yeah.
It's
Indeed.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm super excited.
Good to go here as well.
So, let's start with Jenny and Nicholas. You both have had the symptoms of magic waking up in your system, and you have been delivered the invitation to join the Templars rank. And actually Templars were the first ones, but then you got also invitations from Illuminati and dragons also.
Fridays.
Yeah, but somehow you have decided to check out the Templars first.
Okay.
So you have.
Because why not?
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah. And I think that it's cheaper to go to London first and not to Seoul or New York for the characters. But anyways, you had a little bit difficulties to find plays, and you almost turned back when you noticed that there's a road blockage and plenty of police cars and policies blocking the entrance to the area you are supposed to go.
Typical.
You slowly walk to the police officers, and of course they block your way. And well, after arguing with the officers for a moment, Somebody is approaching from the other side of the blockage. When she's close enough, she shouts to the officers that let them through, they are my guests. And she walks closer to you, and you can see that she's quite tall woman, quite fat, and wearing a kind of like office Gothic clothing, so pinstripes but Gothic kind of designs.
Oh, okay.
And she has a bright green hair.
Nice. Very cool.
So,
Hmm?
so are we together? Have we talked with each other? Do we know each other's names? That sort of basic stuff?
You don't know each other. You probably have noticed that when you approached the area, there was somebody else there too who looked as lost as you.
Okay. So we just.
Okay.
So maybe at the point when you try to go past the officers, you change a couple of words, but you don't really know anything about each other.
Okay. So we just met.
Yeah.
You're probably talking about those two, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jenny and what was the
Nicholas.
Nicholas? I guess you can describe yourself now.
Okay. Well, Nicholas looks like your average middle-class blue-collar worker who has a lot of wrinkles on his face. His hair is starting to gray, and he has he looks like someone who doesn't sleep enough, doesn't eat well, and is very on the thin side. And his way of looking around makes it almost seem like he's slightly paranoid or suspicious of everyone. And if he happens to smile once every now and then, it looks a little weird because his smile is a little crooked and not what one would describe as pretty.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What a coincidence! Our characters kind of look the same. Are you? Yeah, so you're a man, of course.
Yeah, I uploaded a picture into the Roll20 if you want to have a look.
Yeah, I took that one. That's a very cool. Well, my character is a young woman, and kind of have to say she looks she's a very pale. Her eyes are sort of almost how would you say? They're almost like red. They almost like she's been up a few nights, and her hair is sort of a messy that hasn't really combed in days, and she's very and she's shaking a lot, and she's always constantly seems to be very nervous about a lot of stuff, and especially things that move faster. There's like a very strong sounds are happening around, for example, explosions or something like that. And yeah, pretty much. And she's got some sort of like bruises and scratches and a little bit dirt on her face and something like that.
So basically, you two guys look like you came from a role-playing convention or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah, not like on Sunday afternoon.
yeah, very much.
Christ.
Pretty much.
Where the hell did you get these nerds?
This is the basic Sunday morning when you wake up and you don't know where the hell you are. What's happened the past few days? Where the hell am I? Sunday morning after a paper.
Easy like Sunday morning, my
Anyway.
ass.
I would like to listen in on the police radio, so I'm going to tune into the radio, and if it's decrypted, then I will decrypt it.
Okay, you can try.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Now I'm gonna try and figure out how the dice roller works this time around, because I didn't see any buttons on the character sheet.
Yeah, there wasn't. You have to make them yourself, macros. But basically, it's just a number R, kautta-viiva R, and then you roll the amount of dice you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, there was a special code for it'll count successes, maybe? But I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it goes like this. I can put it on Discord.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and there we go. And
Because it's the police radio, the difficulty is 8.
okay, so practically, if you want, this is the macro.
Okay.
Usually.
Yeah, I see.
There we go.
So, listeners, viewers, as you can see, the game has not started and they already are in trouble. Or asking for trouble, at least. Typical.
Pretty much. It's always a good thing to hack on the
There you
phone.
go. So the tune
Nice.
in is a first level spell, and transmissions is a second level spell. Tune in allows me to listen to unencrypted free flowing data. Transmissions allows me to decrypt any data and change the data flow as I desire.
Okay. So you have 2 success. Is that the first roll?
First roll? What do you mean?
I mean that the first spell. You said that it's unencrypted radio.
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, okay. I'll just go straight for transmissions since I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, okay. With 2 success, you basically hear normal kind of police radio things. Something like robbery in a East End and suspicious activity at the Somerville area and things like that. But nothing really that would be at the area you are trying to enter.
Okay, that's a little weird, but fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll.
Yeah, it seems that this blockage has been here a while, like weeks or months, or even years.
Oh, right. So it's one of those things. Okay, well, then I'll just approach the police line again and throw a questioning glance at the police officer and just wait for them to let us through because, well, we got invited.
Yeah, well, they will let you both in, and well, the lady who came to take you, she looks both of you with a how to describe it? She tries to look through you, and looks how you are dressed and things like that, and
So
she shakes her
She's profiling you
her-
guys.
Yeah.
She's
she
eyeing
shakes
you
her
from
head.
the toes to the neck and see what kind of persons you really are.
But if I feel extremely uncomfortable about that, and I'm trying not to look into her eyes.
Oh. The man is intimidated. Oh, the girl is looking at me. Oh no.
No, oh no. Can
I'll
you
just roll my eyes and sigh like, oh please.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a grip of yourself.
So you are the new recruits.
Yes,
Yes,
are.
we got an invitation. It was very colorful, and we're here now.
Yeah. We're here.
Relax. It's nothing bad will happen to you in this area.
Oh, whew, that's good.
Yeah, I want to say same about the other areas, but this area is safe.
Well, that's a relief. It's a relief.
And she introduces herself. So, my name is Ippolito Darlington, and I will be your tutor for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice to meet ya.
yeah. I don't normally do this kind of
Shit.
job, but who cares? I think I'm experienced enough to tutor some newcomers. And as she's now closer, you can notice that she has some white stuff on her skirt and hair.
Does it look familiar? Is it possibly some sort of illegal substance?
Yeah, I was thinking.
It
It's
might
cat hair
be.
for crying out loud.
You can throw, for example, perception and what would be
Perception.
perception and science, maybe,
Okay.
because you are trying to determine what is that stuff.
Yeah. And the difficulty is.
3. Sorry, 7.
Okay.
4 success.
I have. Two
And
successes, apparently.
and Nicholas,
0.
do you want to? Okay, no successes. Nicholas, you are quite sure that she might be your next best friend. But Jenny noticed straight away that it's flour. She have been baking lately.
There we go.
Oh. There we.
I
Well,
smile at her and politely reintroduce myself as, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that this was arranged by our mutual acquaintances. Of course, I will be most happy to be tutored by you.
Like you have a choice.
Very smooth.
And this time, Hippolyta is rolling her eyes. Like, keep it coming.
I get the feeling that she wasn't very happy about taking this sort of a job, but
She's not exactly unhappy yet, at least, but slightly confused.
Okay, so I have to make this a mental note to not disappoint. Just try to
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this point, from the distance, somebody is pushing a wheelchair.
Oh, it's not mechanical.
Okay, so it's mechanical wheelchair that is.
It depends what they
coming-
give me.
Yeah, give closer to this group, and now it's your turn to describe your character.
Oh, they actually let me out of the tube. That's fine.
Well, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to keep you outside a couple of hours each day until
Yay.
you are ready for more.
Like I want. Actually, they're forcing me outside. Sure. It looks like a small girl, something like elementary school age-ish. Messy hair. Looks somewhere around like the same kind of girls you usually see in horror movies like Ring and Fear and, stuff like that. Messy hair, most of the time just covering the face and the eyes. And most of the time the face is also facing downwards and the the wheelchair is coming closer to your characters like on the last day of your life. Probably because the batteries are out. I don't know.
Ooh.
Ah,
I actually have to use my lungs. That's sweet. But yeah, she just stares at nothingness silently until she approaches the right distance, which is most likely less than a normal social distance that people usually have accustomed to. Yes. As in, I don't want to be close to you guys.
yeah. You must be the third person of this newcomers group. Ippolita takes a small file from her handbag and reads it a little bit and then looks back to the project. They haven't marked any name for you. Do you have a name, or
The girl
should I
remains.
call you project?
The girl remains silent and stares at the ground as as she did for a moment ago. Also, I'm quite interested that they actually let her move here alone. Is that right? Is she really alone?
Yes, but there's
There's a collar. There's a collar around her. Is that so?
Excuse me?
Is there a collar around her neck or something? Or why did they actually let the character move around?
They have injected something into your veins before they have
Sweet.
let you out.
Okay.
And there's when you look around the area, you can see that there's actually quite many people walking in distance, like to the post office or to the metro station. So it's not totally empty place. And actually, just a moment. It is this one.
Is she okay? She doesn't look so good.
She should be okay in some point at least. I don't know. My the higher ups didn't explain why she is supposed to come with us, but She is coming with us, so
Okay.
yeah.
How nice. Could we get on with this, please?
Certainly. And follow me, please. And
Yep.
while we are walking to the headquarters, I will show you a little bit place here in London. And on your left, you can see the Albion Theatre. It's the old-fashioned fancy theater. And on the left side, there's the Eldwick Park. Sometimes there's some events going on, but at the moment it's totally silent.
What time of the day is it
You
about?
slowly... afternoon,
Okay.
something like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And, well, basically the area looks like almost any other area in London which has been built in a Victorian age or Edwardian age. So an old-fashioned, traditional English architecture, narrow and tall houses.
So pretty.
Yeah. And just after the Albion Theatre, on the left, on the right side, you can see the Horned Guard. And you probably see the picture in Roll20.
Yep.
And basically, you are watching now this scenery.
Wow. I'm admiring this scenery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
beautiful.
Confused by this, whatever it is I'm looking at.
I'm
It's like-
confused about
oh
this roll
gosh.
20. Where the hell is the picture?
I can't even see it.
Is there... Which button am I supposed to push? I see only this power armor. And that's about it.
excuse me?
I only see the power armor background. Am I supposed to see something else on the roll 20?
Yeah, there's a picture of London and one picture of a poster.
What the hell? I'm in a different dimension or something. What the fuck? How does...
It's at the top part of the screen. Just a moment, I check out if I can move it.
Is it in the GM layer?
Should not be. Just a moment.
Because all I can see is a really big tree with weird things.
That's the
and
thing.
a
Yeah.
Power armor thingy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it too.
Strange because I have other screen.
This is not the London I used to see.
Yeah, well, that picture is basically.
It's just a wallpaper, yeah.
Do you see? Did the scenery change?
Nope, still nothing.
No, nothing changed.
Okay.
I refresh it. Is there any changes?
Because
No, you don't have to refresh the
Nope.
website. It should do real-time refresh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
sweet.
should.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Okay, let's see if the page setting should be something else.
Okay, I'm gonna cut the video for a
Oh.
few seconds, and that's the second part coming up in a few seconds.